Okay, today we're going to be talking about Google News, and I will tell you this right away. I had missed the boat. I didn't know about Google News into this classroom, and now I'm pretty much become an addict of it because it is so good. And it gives you so many different sources, and it does such a wonderful job of giving you the stories, especially if you're a seventh grade social studies teacher like myself. I do like ancient world, and then Fridays we do like modern news, and this is such a great resource to use for any like social studies teacher or history teacher if you're talking about anything modern and needing something modern. The way I'm gonna access Google News is I'm gonna hit my little waffle over here on the right hand side, and I already have Google News because even though I've not learned how to really use it for that long period of time, I've used it a lot already. And so when you click on it, this is going to be your home, and you can see the eclectic resources. You have Al Jazeera, you have AP News, you have the New York Times, you have CNN. It gives you just a wide variety of news and information about so many types of different topics. Like we're talking about Iran and the ballroom right now, and your topics that you read about in politics and entertainment that interest you. They obviously have AI, so they're going to know what you're looking for. This is my personal home computer, so they're really going to like, they know that I like golf and things of that nature. So when I click where it says for you, this is all about like they know what you watch. I'm a wrestling coach, so I'm not into Iowa, by the way. I'm a Ohio State fan. But it's gonna any news that deals with wrestling, they're gonna pop up. And information that you learn about. I'm a history guy, so and then there's local news, so it's gonna give you everything, from local world. It knows what you're interested in. And here's the best part: like if you find something that is interesting, like the Wall Street Journal opinion, it says Trump is right on birthright citizenship. Whether I want it or not, if I'm interested in it, I can save it later. I can share it. Um, if you share it, you can either copy the link or use Facebook or X or whatever you choose. But it gives you all these types of options, and it's very interesting because some of these stories you may not be able to read right away. And these have such really good resources in that like it gives you a variety. I don't like looking at like one type of resource. Yeah, I'll read the Wall Street Journal, but I also want to know what the New York Times says also, and I want to know what Politico says. So it gives you a vast variety of resources to give you a different perspective on things. My following, I have the world and Russia. As you can see, I hate to say this, I'm embarrassed. I have only started using Google News as of late when I've took this class. So they will have a new showcase. And I love these because these are almost like reading newspapers. And they give you all this like really good like information. So it's pretty cool. And you can follow wherever you want and that you're interested in by simply clicking the follow button. But this is the part that I think is really cool. So it's going to give you, like I said, you're going to get a variety of resources, like from the Boston Globe. I don't usually get the Boston Globe, but you know what? I love reading about the Boston Globe because, again, it gives you a different perspective. So if I want to read this later, I'm just going to put save for later. If I want to share it, I can go ahead and share it. If I want something that is like this, like more stories like this, I'm going to click on more stories like this, and it's going to populate that for me so I can access that information. And it does a really good job of doing this with US and world. World is so interesting because, like, again, you'll have CNN and Al Jazeera and AP News and Reuters and Bloomberg, and these are all like all over the world. You get information on like what did they feel about Iran. I use a lot of world resources in my classroom when we talk about modern day because usually it's so politically skewed one way or the other. I like to look at see where like the rest of the world thinks about us or what we're doing and things of that nature. And so that gives us like a little bit of a different aspect. I love the local news because I teach in a really good school district in Avon, and we're always usually we have a lot of positive things that are coming out of Avon. So I want to I like that. And you can simply share that or save it for later or whatever you want to do. or it says you can go to Chronicle Telegram, which is our local local newspaper, or you have Cleveland.com, which used to be called the Plain Dealer, and you can go to Cleveland.com. So you can, it gives you all these varieties of things that you can do, and if you want to search, let's see, like we did a economics thing on gas prices going up. And you're going to see that it's going to give us a variety of information. Now, I'm going to tell you the one thing I do not like about the New York Times, and I will click on here, that they try to sell their newspaper, which is fine. But it is such a pain in the derriere, let me tell you. So I rarely use, I hate to say this, the New York Times, unless I know that I don't get a pop-up like that. But the one thing I will say, like places like PBS is fantastic, right? It's a pretty neutral political stance. They really kind of just really sum up the facts really well, and it's an excellent resource to use in anything that you do. So when you do talk about gas prices, Reuters is another one. BBC is, again, these are kind of like they're foreign, but they also give you idea of what's going on in the States, and they do an excellent job. I mean, you can just say the Washington Post, so on and so forth, CBS News. These are all excellent resources to use. You have other categories such as technology, entertainment, sports, science, and health. If you're interested in gas prices going up, you simply click on save, and you're good to go. So this is Google News. Please use it, especially if you're teaching either history or anything with modern news, or if you need information. This is just a great resource. The one thing last thing I want to add is that you can't, when you have a search like this, I can't save it, if you notice, or I can't share it. It just simply, because the news is so new, I don't think that they can do that yet, until maybe it's a day or 2 days old, and then you can save and share that article. But I've noticed that you can click on it, it'll come up, but there's no place where you can share it or save it. You can hit the little save star over here in the upper corner, and that might be able to save you. But that's all that you have for Google News. All right, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Have a great day.